Good afternoon. I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times. On Wednesday, July the 13th, the State Correction Department announced last night that it had obtained a new supply of one of the 3 drugs used in the lethal injection process. The earlier supply had gone out of date. That means it now has sufficient drugs on hand, the department says, to execute 8 people if the execution dates can be set and carried out. There's currently an appeal pending. The Correction Department, of course, won't say where it found the drug. That's one of the fights that's still pending in court on whether the state should be held to an earlier agreement to reveal where drugs came from or whether a 2015 law overrode that. Asa Hutchinson, the governor, for his part, said he's anxious to set execution dates. He hopes by January he would like to get the execution train rolling again. Hutchinson made his comments during the course of a telephone call with reporters from Europe. He officially opened today Arkansas's new state office in Berlin, which is aimed at getting new business for the state from European countries and also firming up existing business with other countries that operate there. The governor said he's optimistic these efforts will pay off in more jobs and money for Arkansas. Ted Suhl, who once operated a multi-million-dollar mental health operation, both residential and community-based, that depended on Medicaid money, goes to trial today in federal court in Little Rock for bribing people to get advantage for his business and state government. Jury selection begins today. The trial may go until next week. So far, Ted Suhl has figured out something no other public official charged with bribery in the last few years has been able to do, and that's how to get into the federal courthouse and out without being photographed by photographers, having to do one of those shameful perp walks. Perhaps we'll get him before the trial is over. News today of a group formed to fight a proposed constitutional amendment that will discourage lawsuits against nursing homes and other medical practitioners for abuse, negligence, and malpractice. The group says that the amendment, which would limit damages to $250,000, is far too low, and of course it limits attorney's fees too. It will effectively serve as a bar to most lawsuits. A longtime nursing home advocate is leading the organization. I expect that trial lawyers will have some role in trying to battle the nursing homes on this issue. The USDA announced today a $1.4 million grant to the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences and Arkansas Children's Hospital to study why Arkansas is one of the most obese states in the country. We feel like poverty and rural lifestyles have something to do with it, but this is a scientific effort to get at the cause and perhaps ways to address it. People in the tiny town of Gosnell in northeast Arkansas, at least some of them, are not happy about a Facebook post by a Gosnell teacher that said that after she learned of a blockage of traffic on Interstate 40 by the Black Lives Matter movement, that, well, they should have run their asses over, was how she put it. This has upset some people in the school district who think perhaps the demonstrators deserve a little more respect than that. A complaint has been made to the state education department. Robert Rook, the Conway physician who's been charged with 3 counts of rape for assaulting female patients, lost a bid in state court in Little Rock this week to get his license suspension lifted. He was suspended by the state medical board. It has a hearing set in August on a permanent suspension. The court said that he must exhaust that administrative remedy. He's going to appeal to the Arkansas Supreme Court. Yesterday afternoon, the Arkansas Health Department issued a statement making it very clear that it was doing nothing to facilitate medical marijuana in Arkansas and that it in fact opposed efforts to make medical marijuana legal in the state. This drew a heated response today from the group that is backing medical marijuana. It called the state disingenuous and cruel for fighting the ability to help sick people, people in pain, and people suffering post-traumatic stress disorder from getting marijuana that they say has proven to be effective in those cases. That's the news today. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.